Everybody, what's up? So I'm kind of doing some videos, like filming a group of them, and then just so I can post them online. And one of the things I actually want to talk about, and I know a lot of people have heard about the book Beowulf, which is like this epic Danish poem, but I updated has some religious context to it for Christianity. But that is John Gardner's Grendel. Now, Grendel is a different, unique look at the character because we only see Grendel as this monster who goes around killing people, eating them, whatever. But you really don't get the idea of what drives him. I mean, we kind of get this idea that he's supposed to be one of the offspring of Cain, um, and he lives in this kind of like cave with his mother, who he kind of describes. Grendel kind of describes her as not fully being there, how she tries at times to take care of him. He has to take care of her, and he is really more powerful than his mother is. And I'm trying to find the line in here. He talks about how he was attacked by a bull, and that's when he really first comes across him because he's in this tree. He's stuck, and they think he's a tree spirit, and they basically decide that they're going to cut the tree down. So the way they treated him, I'm trying to find the passage. Um, it's really part of it because they think he's a spirit. He's not. They're like, oh, he's hungry. What does he want? Oh, I love this. Go get the thing some pigs, he said. The 6 men said yes, sir, and got their horses and rode off. They filled me with joy, though it was all crazy, and before I could do it, I laughed. They jerked away and stood shaking, looking up. The spirit's angry, one of them whispered. It's always been, another said. That's why it's killing the tree. No, you're wrong, the hairless one said. It's yelling for pig. Pig, I tried to yell. It scared them. So yeah, it's just basically Grendel really coming to terms with men, and his mother comes and saves him, and that's really part of what got him to turn against humans. And I love this. It wasn't because he threw that battle axe that he turned on HROTHDAR. That was mere midnight foolishness. I dismissed it. Thought of it afterward, only to remember a tree that fell on you or an adder you stepped on by accident, except, of course, that Hearthgar was more to be feared than a tree or a snake. It wasn't until later, when I was full grown and he was an old man, that I settled my soul and destroyed him slowly and cruelly. That's really the point where Grendel decides, hey, I'm going to go after this dude. He's going to eat. He goes and he eats people. Um, when Beowulf shows up, somebody else to try to kill him, and he's like, I want to die. Kill me. Kill me. And Grendel's like, not going to do it. Because he knew if he kills the dude, then the guy's just going to basically be like martyred, as you say. And one of the things that upsets him is this old man had been, singing in the hall for a long time. He dies. I think they call him the Shaper because he had listened to the music for so long. And some of it made him angry and some of it made him sad. And it seemed like he really was upset the night the guy died. And talking about the funny thing is, like, he goes and he meets the dragon. The dragon's like, I know everything. There's so much he tries to describe to Grendel that he doesn't understand. So, in a way, the dragon is kind of like, read the book. Spoiler. This dragon is basically where Grendel gets a hoard of gold in that he's buried with. And he ends up thinking about the dragon at the end. He always feels like the dragon is nearby, and he just starts getting worse and worse as time progresses. And he can understand humans, but humans can't understand him because it's like he says it is, it's like the language I speak, but because he's like this monster, the way he speaks is not what they're used to. It kind of reminds me, in a way, almost of Michael Crichton, the guy who wrote Jurassic Park, wrote a book called The 13th Warrior, which is about Beowulf. But this guy goes with them, and he is there to record everything that happens. And one of the things that goes on towards the beginning is this dude can't figure out what they're saying about him. And one day they're talking about him, all of a sudden he responds, and they accept him more than anything at that point. Because Grendel gets so frustrated at the end, he starts, talking to people. He messes with this old priest. Funniest thing ever. He pretends to be like one of the old gods. So there's kind of like this development that we do see over the course of time. And ultimately, we really needed to see Grendel's side of things. That's my opinion, And I had read this book once again. This was in high school. I mean, this book is older than I am. It was like originally written in 1971. It's about 7 years older than I am. But I think it still holds true. If you really want to read a progression of books, read Beowulf, Grendel, and then the 13th Warrior. I only say the 13th Warrior last because it's kind of like the step outside of the scope of things more than anything else. At one point, he goes after this queen, and the queen, and basically doesn't fully, kill her. He just wants to make a mess out of her. Trying to find who it was that he, I think it was the nephew that, I'm trying to find it here, but yeah, it's definitely kind of interesting. Just the fact that he denies a guy, his rightful death. I just always find it hilarious because it just goes to show he's that vindictive. How he wants to get back at the humans for everything that they've done to him. That's it, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Take care.